Hi, Ron Benning, real estate investment expert. In today's 2-minute tips, we are going to take a look at whether it makes sense to buy down your interest rate on a mortgage for an investment property. Our primary assumption is that we are using a conforming Fannie Freddie Mac loan, which the maximum seller contribution that we could get is 2%. So for that reason, I'm going to focus on what we could do with a 2% contribution and see how to best use that money in today's market. For the purposes of this 2-minute tip, we are going to focus on a $500,000 loan with a starting rate of 6.75%. So traditionally, a buy down would be about 0.25% lower interest rate for 1 point or 1% of the loan amount. Since we have 2% to work with, we're going to assume we can buy down the rate about 0.5%. So without the rate being bought down, a $500,000 loan at 6.75%, the payment would be $28.6295 per month. If we look at this second example, with the interest rate bought down 0.5% to 6.25%, we have a payment of $26.6751. And if we subtract the two out, you will see that there is a savings of $195.44. So it's nice to have a lower payment, but what if interest rates are going to come down in the next 2 years or so? If you divide the $10,000 that we would have used to buy this rate down, it would take 51 months before we would use up that savings. What this means is that if interest rates come down sooner than 51 months, we have ended up throwing that money away because we can always refinance to a lower interest rate at that time. Even if we assumed a doubling of the savings, $390, it would still be a 25-month payback. None of us know for sure what the interest rates are going to be like over the next few years, but most of us in the industry believe the rates are likely to come down sometime in the next 1 to 2 years. So at this time, my 2-minute tip would be take the 2% contribution from the seller, pay it to your closing costs, take the money you would have spent on that 2%, put it in a savings account, and just go ahead and take the higher interest rate and subsidize that payment until the interest rates come down, and then go ahead and refinance that rate when you get to the point where you can refinance at a lower interest rate with no points.